The screwdriver is perhaps the simplest and most commonly used tool. Its sole purpose? To turn a fastener clockwise or counterclockwise. It has a ground tip used to attach to various fasteners. The shank can either be square or round. A square shank allows you to use an external tool so that you can apply additional torque. The handles are for comfort, grip, and as force multipliers to the tip. Screwdrivers can be bought individually or as part of kits. And while only designed to be used with fasteners, it's not unheard of that they're used to pry, mix paint, punch holes, or even as chisels. All of these can damage and ruin a screwdriver. Regardless of whether you need to replace or are just looking to get your first screwdriver set, let's take a look at what Southwire is offering. Thanks to the Home Depot Seeds program, we're looking at the special Value Pack 8-piece screwdriver set from Southwire. It includes 3 different shank sizes, 3-inch, 4-inch, 6-inch, and along with straight blade and Phillips, it even has a square number 2. Once freed from the blister material, first thing you'll notice is the shape of the handle. It is tapered, getting wider towards the back. It has a soft feel to it, but still firm. Note that this is not an electrically insulated handle. It's just for comfort and grip. At the very tip, you have an opening so that you can tether your tool. You probably won't be able to hang this on a hook, so it's just strictly for tethering. The blade is rounded on the tip, and that seems to be the norm for all these. The shaft does not go all the way through the entire length of the handle. Thus, they tell you not to use this as a chisel or as a pry bar, which you shouldn't do anyway with any good screwdriver. Otherwise, you're going to end up damaging or destroying it. While I like the fact that they've printed the size of the shaft on the end of the handle, it's only printed on the surface. It's not embossed. For example, with this tool, the lettering is not only printed, but it's actually below the surface. So despite all the scratches and nicks, it's not wearing down. So over time, it'll probably wear off. And it also could have been just bigger because in dim light, this would be hard to see. And there's so much room left on the handle that you should have really just utilized it and made it much bigger. I noticed that the tips on the Southwire tend to be rounded on the corners. Here on the right-hand side, you see the Southwire screwdriver, and you may notice that the corner of the blade is actually rounded. I think it's most noticeable on this last one here. On the left-hand side are some really old screwdrivers, but you'll notice that their blades are squared off. So even after many, many years of use, the blade tip might be damaged, but they're squared off. And the reason that I find this disconcerting is that because of the round edge, it could lead to the Southwire screwdriver just camming out on a project and either damaging the screw or the screwdriver. Even the number 2 square has a rough grinding to it, or uneven, I guess is the word. And these are made in the USA, which goes to show you that that isn't always a sign of great quality. It all depends on the specifications and the quality control that's taken on the product. I also question whether having a square driver is really useful in a basic set, where really what you need are a couple of straight blades and a Phillips number 1 and number 2. Just a little surprised that a brand new tool would show markings so quick after just very light usage. Even the finish is uneven from side to side, tool to tool. You see that? And I polished this with a cloth, but you see those markings? That's just indication of the plating and not so great. So I don't perceive this as a high quality tool set, which is unfortunate. Summing up, what I like about these screwdrivers are the comfort grip. They're more comfortable than, stubby plastic. Nice idea with the hole for tethering if you need that. I'm not so thrilled with the finish and the roundness on many of the corners, which I think will lead to cam out. I do find it very nice that they put the size of each driver on the end of the handle, although it could be much bigger and it could be, embossed into it so that it doesn't wear out over time. For a basic tool set, it's probably at least one tool too many. I don't think you need the square, and perhaps maybe not even this long shaft one. I think a small set with two different types of Phillips, 1 and number 2, and a couple of slotted screwdrivers make for a basic set. For a beginner, I probably would not recommend this set. For an advanced person, I probably would not recommend this set. That's not to say that you shouldn't buy it if you find it on sale, because it will just do the basic stuff. Drive a screw, drive a Phillips head, even a square head. I just don't think this is a long-term quality investment, as I think all tools should be. When you buy a tool, and some of these other ones that I've had for decades and have served me well, so I consider them an investment. I don't know that these will stand the test of time, especially with the rounded ends, the inconsistent finishes. Therefore, I can't recommend it to a beginner do-it-yourselfer or to a pro, because I just don't think this quite measures up to what it should. If you find it on sale, then by all means get it, because it will do the job. I don't think it's a long-term investment. If you found this video interesting or useful, give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, join the subscription team, and as always, thank you ever so much for watching.